This is my opinion. Don't come at me. Okay? We are in hell.
And we need to start recognizing that our universe is hell. Life is a terrible thing to come about and exist in cruel conditions, hell-like conditions.
Earth is hell. Is Earth actually a hell realm? We've discussed this very topic quite a few times, and we're going to go back to it because there's some people now making the case that not only is Earth hell, Earth actually in some ways is worse than hell. Do I necessarily believe that? I don't know. I know there's a lot of horrible things about life on Earth, but there's also some decent things as well. But overall, you can paint a really good argument that Earth is hell. Let's discuss that very fact in today's video.
Think about it, Earth is actually worse than hell. So let's break it down. Do animals go to hell? No. Whereas animals do get forced to exist on Earth and get tortured and trapped in lives of pure hell. So that's worse than hell, I would say. 1 point to Earth. Do children go to hell? No, absolutely not. But on Earth, children do get abused, they do get tortured, they get trapped in lives of hell. So once again, Earth is worse than hell. In hell, only bad people get sent there to be punished. On Earth, even the innocents get tortured and abused. So once again, Earth is worse than hell. In hell, they get tortured for all of eternity. And on Earth, they're going to get tortured for billions of years unless we stop it with total extinction. So hell takes the point on that one, but Earth is still pretty bad. Billions of years of torture and being trapped in lives of hell, still pretty shockingly bad. But overall, Earth is definitely far worse than hell. You've got children being tortured here. You've got animals being abused and tortured. So Earth is definitely far worse. In fact, this world, this universe is worse than hell. And we need to start recognizing that our universe is hell. Life is a terrible thing to come about and exist in cruel conditions, hell-like conditions. So nature is the worst thing that can possibly happen. Nature is hell.
Yeah, a lot of people praise nature and worship nature to some extent, and I never really understood that. There's beautiful things about nature. You know, we love our two cats, and I love animals, but when it comes to the actual observation of nature, all it really is things consuming each other, right? It's just creatures eating other creatures, plants eating other plants, bugs eating other bugs. It's pretty freaky when you really think about it and you just strip it to its nuts and bolts.
As a child, I believed there was a devil. He was invisible and he sought me. He wanted to destroy me. And as I got older, I couldn't really understand that because I apparently was serving a loving God who created everything, which means he created a devil that was going to seek after me to destroy me. And then I had children, and those truths became really challenging for me to believe. If God clearly, truly loves me more than anything, then he would have to love me at least as much as I loved my children. And if he loved me anywhere near as much as I loved my children, he would never create something to destroy me, or even something that would seek to destroy me. I knew that when my children messed up, it was because they were learning. And then I realized I may be an adult, but I'm still learning. At the age of 50, I'm still learning. I've never been 50 years old in this world before. I'm figuring out what that looks like and how to live. And you're telling me that the one that loves me the most created something to destroy me? That was my belief until I came into my awakening. And now I know the truth and I've been set free. Hell, it does exist, but it exists within. And it isn't something that a God outside of us created to torture us. The devil, it's just an internal battle. Yes, there are people that can represent Satan because they too are having an internal battle. But there is no fire after this life that we go to. To be absent from the body is to be present with God. And I know that for sure. I never knew what hell was until I actually experienced it. And it wasn't something after the body, it was something here. in this world. It was darkness within. And I didn't know if I was going to make it out. I had heat, literal heat. My face turned red, literally red, every time fear would grip me. And I realized really quickly why the Bible calls it fire and why it talks about red devils. Not because there's something outside of me that's going to get me, but because my thoughts are optional. And if they're not aligned with the mind of Christ, slowly but surely they will shift into the darker thoughts, the ones that resonate at the frequency of hell. Our thoughts, they are not ours. We are simply receiving them, just like a radio receives radio stations. And when you receive thoughts that are bound up in fear, you are closer to hell than ever before. And if you don't recognize those thoughts and dispel them with the truth, look in the Word of God, there's plenty of truth. If you don't realize that you are not given a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and soundness of mind, you will ultimately allow fear to have you. And when it has you, you will know that you're in hell. And I say that because I experienced it. And it took me 7 years to figure out how to get out. And it was hell. And I'm telling you, I would have rather exited this body for good than to be living in it. Yes, I believe there is a hell, but it's not a fiery torture place that a God that loves me so much created for me. It is a choice that I get to make every single day by being aware of the thoughts that I give my attention to, knowing that I do not have a spirit of fear, that I am power, love, and soundness of mind.
You got to really be careful when it comes to letting intrusive thoughts get to you. Now, there's some thoughts that you'll have from time to time that are clearly not in your character, and you have to wonder where these thoughts are coming from, right? You think about a lot of the inventions in the world and a lot of art that was created. A lot of people had these visions and ideas from dreams, right? It's like intrusive thoughts. Sometimes they can be good, sometimes they can be really bad.
This is my opinion. Don't come at me. Okay? We are in hell. This place is fucking hell. Yeah. This is hell. Because I refuse to believe, like, after surviving this bullshit, we gotta go ahead and burn in a lake of fire after going through all this freaking mess, even things that we can't control. I think this is hell.
I feel like the concept of hell had to be even worse than life. Like when they came up with it, it's like, well, we gotta scare people to get them to submit in a certain way in this lifetime, right? We want to be able to control these people, so why don't we paint this idea of hell that's so torturous, so horrible, that you'll think that life on earth is heavenly when it's really not. It really only is good if you're exceptionally wealthy, and even then, they always say money can't buy happiness.
All right. While this is fresh on my mind, we are 100% in hell. You feel me? Earth is hell. Earth is hell, okay? So, you know what I mean? To make it out of here, you gotta worship Yahoo. You know what I mean? You gotta worship Yahoo.
Now, what do you guys think? Do you believe that Earth is hell? Now, this is a topic that I explore quite a lot because it's interesting to see people awakening to this reality that Earth isn't quite as good as you might have thought. Anyways, leave your thoughts down below about this subject, down below in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.